Hi everyone, welcome to my review of the unrevealed LEGO Star Wars, the ONYX Cinder from Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which releases on Disney Plus later this year. This set comes with 5 minifigures and retails for £125 in the UK. So let's take a closer look at the set and see what's inside. At the back of the box, you can see here all the play features you'll find inside and a closer look at some of the minifigures. But as you can see, there's tape seals all the way around the edges, which is the newer style box design. So let's open this up and take a look. So with the thumb tabs cut, you just remove the top section of the box. So this is brand new for LEGO Star Wars in 2024. They're doing this with a lot of the bigger sets. And inside, this is how you would have the 13 number bag, so it makes it easier to transport your LEGO and build around the room. You can even empty the bag, pull your pieces inside. So it looks like they also don't have any tape anymore on the instruction books. And one bland instruction manual. And in the back of the book there is no advertisements for any other LEGO Star Wars sets unrevealed. A few stickers, as you can see. So here's the set all built up. You get 5 minifigures. So we'll take a closer look at these first and then we'll move on to the build. So all 5 minifigures in the set included. So on the far right we got Jode, played by Jude Law. And then next up we got Wim, Fern, KB and Neil, which is quite a funny name actually, I quite like that. So he's the same species by the looks of it as Max Rebo from the Jabba Salbard set, and we're rumoured to be getting a new minifigure of that, so it'd be great to have those two minifigures together. So here is Jode, or Jude Law's character in Star Wars. So he's going to be a former Jedi in the show. He's got a little musket piece, as you can see there. He's got the dark tan scarf with some nice leg and belt printing throughout, which goes really nice and connects to the torso. As you can see there, you can see his back torso printing. Moving these accessories, you can get a better look at his torso printing. Here are 2 of the discount Stranger Things kids. So you can see here they've got some really nice torso printings, both wearing jackets with some small logos, which I'm sure you guys can make out some of the references. I feel like that piece there looks quite familiar, some sort of braid or something. Let me know in the comments if you recognise that. He's got a walkie-talkie, which is a bit of a weird accessory choice, which is quite uncommon. The alternate facial expressions where they're quite concerned, which is quite nice, and their back torso printings. And probably the 2 most interesting minifigures in this set outside of Jude Law. You can see here we got KB and Neil. So I really like her face print with the visor. It reminds me of Cyclops from X-Men. And then you can see there the new head mould from Neil, which has hair on top in dark blue, which is really good. It's the only new mould out of all the characters. That torso printed, he does have a visor removed, which seems to fold in or upwards. So here's the ONYX Cinder itself. Big shout out to Builder Pieces on Instagram, Finn, who built all this basically on his own. Really big help getting this review out nice and early for you guys. But yeah, the main play feature of this set is you pull this little switch and the engines go up, so it makes like a propel upwards, so for landing and takeoff. Really cool, very smooth play feature, really love that. The build techniques here as well, the way you connect these engine pieces was quite interesting. The studs, not on top technique they used was very clever, how it all connects in each of the engines. They were really nice little builds. In an overview of it, so you can see here it is quite a large set for £125, but it's still quite lacking in terms of interior detail, which we'll get into. But you can see the top, you've got the white stripes, which kind of give it that skeleton look, which is really cool. You've got tons of stickers, as you saw, so you can see like on the circular tile pieces all have stickers, as well as some of the striping details. You can see the underside of how it's all built. So a lot of plate work went into it. Got some stickers across the top, really a lot of greeveling here with some of the ingot pieces and stuff like that. There's the little mechanism to move the engines, which is really cool. As I say here, you've got the spinning gun turret. But yeah, you get a really good look of the style of the ship. On the ship, you can see there, it's got a nice design. I don't know if this is supposed to move, this part, but these look like they're supposed to move. They could be like little guns, or maybe something to use for repairs or something. Like maybe this is a maintenance type ship, but it's quite heavily fortified, so I don't quite know the context of this ship because nothing has been released about the Skeleton Crew show at the time of recording this video. You can see here you've got some nice dark tan pieces here, a little grey piece here. So if you pull on that, it's a little bit harder to get your fingers on if you haven't got nails, but it opens up the front drawbridge, which doesn't really add a lot. It's kind of like the Millennium Falcons. You can't really tell it's there, and you can't pose minifigures, unfortunately, or anything like that. To the side here, you can see like this little section curves out, a bit like the Millennium Falcon. And you lift up this little trapdoor. Seat in there, a couple stickers, and a little seat for one of your minifigures, Laura's character, and sliding in there. There is no studs or anything. Close that on up. Nothing on the top lifts up. It may look like it, but it's just the way the sloping is. There's nothing really you can lift up. You don't really want to be lifting things up. But you can see here the spinning things here, and the other gun turret on this side, which does get stuck. It will go full 360, but it's a little bit finicky. You kind of have to tilt it if you want to have it like that. Doors, so you can pull this here, pull that all the way down, and that's where you will store your flashlights. So they'll get stored there. And you can see here as well, you've got another gun turret, which also rotates backwards and forwards. Not full 360, unfortunately, it gets stuck, but that does move around. That's there. But yeah, it doesn't give you great access because you've got the cockpit right above it. So what you want to do is you want to flip it around, pull this down, and you can pull this all the way up. So there's the interior. It is very hard to see, but you've got like 4 little seats with the studs off for minifigures to sit down, so all the children. You've got like a little sticker piece in here, which is just a little table for them to use. You've got a little kitchen station to the left with a saucepan and a little green vial, which I'm not sure what that is. Off to the side here, you can't quite see it. Disconnect this, and it's basically a little bed for Jude Law's character. You can see how the bed sheets are kind of folded back on the corner there, which is nice, but it is very finicky getting in there. Some other little details, you've got some little lights and the little gold telescope there, which I think is meant to be important to the show. You've got some clips up there, which I think you can use to attach accessories. This part's a little bit more difficult to get to. I guess if you try to put your finger right through the back there, but that'll be quite difficult. But you have 2 little crates that are kind of stuck, and it does sit flush to the ground, which I do like how that just like lays there. But let's take a close look inside. So in the first one, you've got a little cookie. In the big crate, you got a fruit, which is a nice little build, which I think has a specific name in the Star Wars universe. Let me know in the comments what that is if you do know, because I'm pretty sure it's been in the bad batch, that shape of fruit. Now, overall, would I recommend this set for £125? Now, as I always say with all of my reviews, is if you're not in a rush to buy it and you're not like a YouTuber like myself or influencer of any kind, I would not recommend buying this set at full retail like any set, because there will always be a good deal or sale on it eventually with every Lego set that you find. And even if this ends up being an exclusive somewhere, I'm sure they'll do an offer on it because it is quite high. And unless the show is good and takes off better than the Aqualite did, I don't know if this set will become really popular like Rebels or the Clone Wars, when the Mandalorian and all that, and Ahsoka, or if this will end up like the Aqualite and just be a one and done thing and just not really take off with people and connect with audiences. I mean, the minifigures are really good, but they're pretty simple and pretty plain, but they're the best Lego could have possibly done with the material they've been given. I would have liked them to throw in maybe a stormtrooper or something like that, just an enemy to fight, but I guess there's just no real spoilers out there about this show at the moment, which is really weird for such a big IP Star Wars show. But the ship itself is really well designed. Finn said the build was really good. As I said, I built some of it myself, like the engines were really good to build and some of the earlier stuff with the interior. And of course the play feature is killer. Like, people loved that when they were looking at this yesterday when we were building it. It was really cool to see. It just really adds value. And plus you've got all the moving gun turrets and stuff, so I'm really curious what all this amounts to in the show. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the set in the comment section. Will you be picking this set up, especially considering this still hasn't yet been revealed by Lego? It's to be released in a few weeks on August 1st. And make sure you like and subscribe for more future early reviews. I'll be hopefully doing some Marvel reviews at the end of the week and towards the beginning of next week. So stay tuned for all them and my haul video from the Brick Festival. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.